Well, hello everyone. Want to ask you a question? You live within the UK. Do you love the country you live in? Do you love England? Do you love Wales? Do you love Scotland? Do you love Northern Ireland? Are you a great British patriot? If so, then be careful, because you may be considered a terrorist. Now, you may think this is ridiculous. A terrorist doesn't love the country they're in. They hate it. They want to destroy it. Yeah. Well, not according to the UK, it isn't. And I bring this to you because it has just been revealed that Tommy Robinson, who is a British patriot, he was at the huge rally in London yesterday where thousands of people turned up, all patriots, uh, or as mainstream media will call them, a bunch of far right racists. Uh, Tommy Robinson has been arrested and charged with terrorism. Yeah. So as soon as being a patriot within your country is the new definition of terrorism here in the UK. And I always thought it was the opposite. Every other country seems to think it is the opposite. If you are planning to destroy part of the country you're in, to kill innocent people in the country you're in, or to do anything bad in the country you're in, to disrupt the social cohesion of the country. We'll talk about the 9/11 attacks in America, and several bombings that have happened in England, I suppose. Uh, that is terrorism. But now, right here in the UK, it seems that if you love your country and you want to protect your country and its values and its culture and its heritage, you are now the terrorist. Fucking ridiculous. It really is. But I've got this information from watching another great person on YouTube. There's a link in the description to the actual live stream. It's actually revealed live on the live stream at some point that he has now been charged because it was announced this morning. Some of the people at Nine got told this morning he had been arrested on suspicion of terrorism, or rather arrested under the Terrorism Act, which is what they use to arrest terrorists. And and during the live stream today, while they were out, you don't really film it if it's a live stream, but you know what I mean. Like while they were out streaming, I suppose, it was revealed during the stream he has now been charged with terrorism. So the question I ask is, what does a pro-British terrorist do in Britain? How can you have a pro-British terrorist in Britain? You could have a pro any other country terrorist in Britain, or you could have a pro Britain terrorist in any other country. But you can't have a pro Britain terrorist in Britain. It just doesn't work. What they're doing, going around blowing up things that aren't British. And obviously he doesn't do that. For a start, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. Don't worry. Right. Just pointing that out as a joke because I mean this is a joke, really, isn't it? I mean, come on. The idea of being a patriot in your country now makes you a terrorist. So that means that according to the UK's idea now of what the definition of terrorism um, is, that means Donald Trump is a terrorist. That means Nigel Farage is a terrorist. Means anyone out there watching who actually loves this country, now you're all terrorists now. I mean, are we all next? Are they going to start rounding up the Patriots and labeling them terrorists? Or is it just this one to send a message? Because obviously, I mean, I haven't really been following the story of Tommy Robinson. The first time I heard the name Tommy Robinson was around 20-ish years ago on the mainstream media. Boo! Uh, and Tommy Robinson was described as a far-right, racist football hooligan jobber. Those were the words that were used to describe it. Because all he wanted to do was warn people about the danger that was coming. The danger that may very well be, I'm choosing my words carefully here, and may very well be already here now, 20 years later. And they've tried to arrest him, and many times he usually gets released. They basically just want him to shut up and go away. And he wasn't going to shut up and go away because he decided, like many others, that that message needed to be heard. And he has a lot of support now. A lot of people turned up to that thing yesterday, on the 27th. Thousands of people. You should have seen the live streams of it. The whole place was packed and there were still people arriving. He has more support now than he ever had before. And that's why they've done this. It's got to be. Because there's no other reason for it. I mean, you can't accuse Tommy Robinson of being a terrorist. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And not quite as ridiculous, but still ridiculous. Has anyone seen the new footage that's been released of the Manchester airport incident? I have. Mm. Very interesting. We've probably all seen the bit that was put out in the news. The police officer brutally kicking the guy in the head. Oh, it was horrible, wasn't it? Well, yeah, maybe I could have. I think I even said it. It may have been an overreaction. May not have been a good idea. But the new footage that's been released, which you'll never see on mainstream media because they don't care, it sheds a whole new light on the situation. If you're able to go out, like maybe on YouTube and find the newly released footage, watch it. It might be reported it might be shown on something like GB News or something, anything that's not like the BBC or Sky News, anything like that. Paints a whole new picture of what really happened at that airport that day. I'm not sure if it still justifies that particular officer's actions at the time. It might still have been a bit of an overreaction, but I don't know. I mean, had I been that police officer in that situation, I don't know what I would have done. I know what would have happened if that was in America. He'd have been dead before he hit the floor. He wouldn't have been able to lawyer himself up and try and sue the police force because he wouldn't be allowed to do so because that's how America works. You assault a police officer that's got a gun in America, you're going to get shot. I mean, it's plain and simple. And nearly every police officer in America has got a gun. So, yeah. I mean, this country, over the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years, we've just gone a bit soft. We've become complacent and tolerant. And we've revelled in the idea that we once were a great empire. And we thought that because people may have feared us, they may still respect us. And it is clear that they don't. But we became complacent and tolerant, even to the point where we tolerated other people's intolerances. And I want to leave you with a very famous quote. I'm a very famous man. I'm not going to do the accent because I'm not very good at that particular accent and I don't really want to do it. But a wise man once said, "We are people of tolerance, but there is only so much that we can tolerate." And that man, ladies and gentlemen, was Mohandas Gandhi. And he was right. And I predict in the coming years that there is going to be massive civil unrest in this country. I can see it coming. And I think Tommy saw it kind of coming for years. And the mainstream media can call him a far right, racist, football hooligan yobbo. But the people who turned up to that thing yesterday, if you watched the live streams, and the people that turned up in support of Tommy Robinson today in London, that you can see on the live stream I've linked below, are white, black, Asian, Iranian. There's some Sikhs in there, or Hindu. I don't know which one. Um, People from all walks of life, of all religions, of all skin colours, all in support of Tommy Robinson. And do you think any of those people, other than maybe the white ones, would show any support for Tommy Robinson if he really was a far right racist? I don't think so. Because I don't think black people and brown people and anyone who's not white, basically, would support a person they thought was racist. So, I don't know. But yeah, let it be a warning to you all. If you love the country you live in, and you just happen to live in one of the countries of the UK, you have to be careful because you, my friend, as am I, are now a terrorist. Fucking ridiculous. But everyone, feel free to go along and watch the live stream that's linked in the description. Obviously, leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Well, I tell you, man, this is just bloody stupid. I know why they're doing it. I think, I think we can all guess from it. Because they see him as the leader of this. So they're trying to cut the head off in the hope that the body stops. But I don't think it's going to. Because really, technically, he's not the leader of this at all. He is just one of many. Call me Legion, for we are many. Things that are like trending on Twitter and stuff right now apparently are obviously free Tommy Robinson. I am Tommy Robinson. We are Tommy Robinson. There's a petition up that you can sign. It's going to be sent to whoever it's going to be sent to try and get them to free Tommy Robinson and leave him the hell alone. Because I think he's been through enough, really. I mean, they've arrested him and arrested him and arrested him and arrested him, and they've never made a single thing stick, as far as I'm aware. I mean, they might have done, I don't know, like if he's like assaulted someone in the past or something, maybe he got done for that. I don't know. There might be something that he's done at some point over the course of his life that he has actually been done for. Yeah. But most of the time, they just pick him up, they interview him, and they release him without charge. Just to sort of say, we're still watching you. We're still watching you. And we can come for you anytime. Yeah. And now he's apparently a terrorist. I mean, come on. I really think this has only been done because of the amount of people that turned up yesterday. Because he has that much support, and it's still growing. They decided to try and take him down once and for all. But what they don't realize is where one falls, 10 will rise. And that is going to be their biggest problem.